The 5-year wait to see the athletes take center stage in Tokyo seemed worth it. Some of the greatest performances in history took place. World records, Olympic records, historic achievements. What more could we have asked for from the athletes? We waited on them to deliver, and they did. This is why today we will be taking on a massive task, and that is to choose the top 5 moments of the recently concluded Olympic Games. Before we get into the list, and give me your picks in the comment section. Italy has been competing at the Olympic Games since its very first staging in 1896. Prior to the Tokyo Games 125 years later, the country had less than 20 gold medals in athletics. The highest amount of medals of that kind that they have ever collected in a single game was 3, way back in 1984, when Alberto Cova won the 10,000 meter. In Tokyo, that mark was already surpassed, leading up to the final of the men's 4x1 relay. Jacobs won the 100 meter. Tamberi won the high jump. Massimo Stano and Antonella Palmisano won both 20-kilometer walk for men and women. With those performances, it was safe to say the Italians were having a party in Tokyo. The 4x1 gold win just added, in a race that looked like the repeat of the 2017 World Championships. Out of nowhere came Filippo Tortu, chasing the Mitchell Blake like a train, eventually passing the Brit to win the gold medal in incredible fashion. The Italian prodigy clocked a split, dropping into the elite anchor runners. The win culminated the great games the nation was already having, so it seemed the perfect way to sign off and head back to their country. Leading up to the Olympic Games, Rojas was posing quite a threat to the 20-plus-year-old world record. In fact, the Venezuelan proved the mark was on life support 2 years before the commencement of the Games. What we saw in Tokyo, though, was worth a world record, not just a threat. In her very first jump, she made the mark of 15.41 meters, a brand new Olympic record. The mark wasn't directly followed by a world record after. Instead, we had to wait until the very last jump of the competition to witness her leap of 15.67 meters, installing a new world and Olympic record. Finally, her years of chasing are over, and on the biggest stage, she set a new standard for the triple jump, a standard that will take time to match. The women 100 meter was predicted to be fast from as far back as May, with the women putting up some incredible fast times throughout the season. It's incredible to think that a woman running 10.71 prior to a championships wasn't considered the favorite. That being as a result of a couple of 10.6 recordings in the build-up to the majors. The 200 was set to be even tougher. A lot of fierce competitors were set to compete. This is why, when Elaine Thompson dominated both events, it came as such a surprise. And how she did it made it even more special. She recorded 10.61, becoming the fastest woman alive in the 100 meter, and then 21.5 in the 200 meter to earn the same status in that event as well. Those wins put her in the history books as the first female to win an Olympic double in the 100 and 200 meter more than once. This means that this performance will go down as an all-time great performance. Sifan Hassan took on a crazy task in Tokyo by attempting to become the female version of Emil Zatopek, minus the marathon. By attempting alone placed her into the history books, so just imagine what her status is like now, given that she left there with medals around her neck, having to run 1 round of the 5,000 meter before the final, 2 rounds of the 1,500 meter before the final, and then a straight final in the 10,000 meter. Sifan Hassan somehow won the 5 and 10,000 meter gold medal, only to lose the 1500 meter to two legendary runners in the event, who were pushed to running an Olympic record and a national record. The performances over 3 events were not just Olympic moments, but a great moment in sports in general. Leading up to the Olympics, very few races had the hype of the 400-meter hurdles. Rai Benjamin was in prime form, Alison dos Santos just kept on improving, and Karsten Warholm had broken the 20-plus-year-old world record just a few weeks before the commencement of the Games. This race had record written all over it, which meant a new world record was not supposed to be a shock. But when Warholm sped away from Benjamin in the home stretch to stop the clock in 45.94 seconds, it felt like the whole world paused, because nobody, including Warholm, believed what he was seeing. To move a record from 46.78 to 46.70 is impressive, but to move it from 46.70 to 45.9 is majestic. This 45 seconds will be remembered for decades to come because we witnessed an iconic global sporting moment in Tokyo. This Olympic game was incredible. It was worth the wait. The only thing you could possibly want as a bonus is to see the fans inside the venues, to create a magical environment for those magical performances.